Hello and welcome to Firefly Studios. It's a new week, which means a new development update from us here at Firefly Studio for today's content patch coming to Stronghold Warlords. And just to give you an update, obviously still no haircut, it's a work in progress, I assure you. Today we're releasing another update, which is version 1.3 for Stronghold Warlords, which bundles recent optimizations with new maps and achievements. Today's update also releases alongside our first ever DLC for the game in the form of the Art of War campaign. This comes with 2 brand new warlords, which we'll talk about if you stick around and watch the rest of the video. Kicking off in the province of Wu, our Art of War single-player campaign is designed with veteran Stronghold players in mind. Those looking for extra challenge in the form of new historically driven single-player missions will find what they're looking for in terms of this new DLC, whereas those of you who just want to stick to skirmish mode can of course play against the new AI lords for free. For those interested in the narrative side of Stronghold and want more than just the 31 mission campaign, can enjoy 6 new missions with new challenges and new stories to be told. Without spoiling the campaign itself, I can say it begins with rival states vying for dominance in a pattern of wars, betrayals, and rivalries. Now, I know what you're thinking. Nick, it sounds a little too much like actual politics, and you're sick of watching that show play out on national TV, right?
Very good.
Right?
You're right.
Right? Am I right? Well, you don't have to, because in the Art of War single-player campaign, you can solve all your political problems by using trebuchets, fire, and the occasional diseased animal. Poor Bessie. Poor Bessie. R.I.P. Players can expect a new story recounting about 5 years of Sun Tzu related exploits, along with new tactical scenarios and strongholds to besiege. In each mission, players can expect new challenges as Sun Tzu's story progresses, with new maps to conquer, gameplay, and warlords which the campaign has been designed around. That's right, this new DLC spices things up gameplay-wise with the addition of 2 brand new warlords, the Rat, sorry, no, not that rat, and the Panda Warlord as well. Whereas future free warlords will be geared more towards skirmish mode, the Rat and the Panda have been designed with the Art of War campaign specifically in mind. Okay, let's stop. All right, that was definitely more dramatic than I was going for. Before we continue and go into detail about what these 2 warlords do on the battlefield, we do have a small, humble request for you. You're here because you like Stronghold, right? Well, you can prove it by subscribing to Firefly Studios on YouTube and finding out the latest about Warlords updates, future reveals, and exciting news about the Stronghold series as a whole. Before Warlords was actually revealed, we released a bunch of content under the codename of Stronghold Next, and we'll probably do that for future entries in the series as well, so if that interests you, you will want to be subscribed. And with that out of the way, let's get back to today's video. Slow to anger, but a fierce defender when pushed, the Panda Warlord is best used defensively, not unlike the Turtle Warlord, with which he shares some strategy DNA. Like the Turtle, the Panda is best used as a defensive bulwark against AI invasions, rather than a grand site from which to launch your castle siege. Thanks to his unique perk, the Panda Warlord has a higher chance of arrows deflecting off castle walls. This is a benefit which crucially extends to both the player's own castle and other non-Panda warlords under his control. As expected then, the Panda is excellent at defending his own, providing extra protection for any archers or fire lancers you're kind enough to send his way. Similar to the quietly effective Mouse Warlord, the Rat is best used over a long period of time. Think of him like the mouse, with a little extra bite. With a perk that gives tribesmen a damage boost, the Rat is best acquired early on in a skirmish match, boosting troops that are easily deployed at the start of a game to catch your enemy off guard. Now that we've detailed their abilities and clarified that the Rat Warlord isn't actually the Rat, again, sorry about that, let's talk about some of the new maps available to all players as part of this update. In keeping with our tradition of releasing free updates alongside paid DLC, at the same time as the Art of War campaign going live, we'll also be releasing 3 multiplayer maps available for all players. These maps will release alongside our first round of optimizations for the game, aimed largely at improving the experience in skirmish mode and multiplayer. While we'll have more information on these patch notes in the final patch notes, I'll have more detail on these optimizations in the final patch notes available on Steam. For now, we'll give you a preview of the 3 new maps coming as part of update 1.3. First up, we have Thunder Strikes, a medium two-player map with some unique features. Players will do battle among thick jungle hills, with natural defences carved into the landscape and some tight choke points through which to attack and conquer your foes. In addition, as you may have guessed from the name, Thunder Strikes will also challenge players with the addition of weather events unique to this map. Make sure you build plenty of water pots is all I'm saying. Next up, there's the addition of Lost Kingdoms, a large map for up to 4 players. Here you'll find abundant resources and open grounds, providing ample build space for your castle and surrounding defences. With players forced to rely on their castles and 4 hotly contested warlords for defence, Lost Kingdoms is the ultimate test of castle design and destruction. Finally, we have a second medium map for you in the form of 3-player Flows Like Time. Expect skirmishes across several river crossings between Lord and Warlord estates, once again with enlarged build areas to encourage the very best castle creation. We hope you enjoy these new maps. They're larger build areas for players, and do remember, if you want more, there are literally hundreds of maps available right now on the Stronghold Warlords Steam Workshop page. So there you have it, both version 1.3 and our first ever DLC are now available on both Steam and GOG, with more free updates on the way in the near future. Speaking of which, if you've seen the spring-summer roadmap we revealed in March, you may be wondering what else we have up our sleeves in 2021 for Stronghold Warlords. Not that I'm wearing sleeves right now, or particularly long sleeves. I wouldn't be able to hide much in here. Sorry, that's the best I've got today. As you may have been able to guess from the name, the initial roadmap reveal was designed to cover the spring and early summer months, with additional updates and DLC on the way after that. So while our next development update will be centered around version 1.4, which includes a new skirmish trail, new units, warlords, and more, after that we'll be turning our attention to the future of Warlords development. This will begin with a summer-autumn roadmap reveal, setting out our second phase of updates for the game. As before, we won't be revealing any exact release dates, but we will tell you the order of these releases and what kind of content you can expect to be added to the game. These updates will continue to balance player feedback with our own planned feature updates for the game, and delivering a more content-rich, polished experience with each new update. One final note then to say thank you to anyone who's been kind enough to leave us feedback in the form of a Steam review, YouTube comment, or message on Discord. Feedback like this has meant that our initial set of updates can be tweaked in accordance with player feedback, which is something that we're 100% committed to both for Warlords itself and the future of the Stronghold series. Improvements to AI and increased unit count, improved build areas, difficulty, stability, optimizations that are coming in today's update. These are all things that we were able to prioritize and improve thanks to player feedback. So if you like the sound of all that and future updates coming to Warlords, please do leave us a review on Steam and GOG. It's the best place for us to get this kind of feedback and implement it into the game. As always, if you liked today's video, be sure to give it a like and follow us here on Firefly Studios YouTube for more Stronghold Warlords updates.